Once upon a time, a little baby girl was born in Alençon, France. Her name was Therese. Her parents already had 4 older daughters then: Marie, Pauline, Leonie, and Celine. Therese was born weak and sickly. She needed to drink breast milk to make her healthy.
Rose, you've been so kind to breastfeed my other daughters when they were younger. Baby Therese is very weak.
Rose, you know Marie's Ellie is also weak, and cannot breastfeed Therese herself. We would be so grateful for you to help us once more.
Of course. Don't worry. I will nurse your baby and return her when she's healthy enough to be with you.
When Therese was 15 months old, Rose returned her to her family. They were grateful to Rose and were happy to have the healthy and adorable Therese back. The family doted on Therese. The little one got used to everyone doing things for her to make her happy. Therese would roll on the floor and wail when she didn't get what she wanted. Her parents tried to correct her whenever she had her tantrums. Despite that, her parents knew she was also a good and intelligent girl. Over time, Therese's mother became very sick. Therese was only 3 years old when the doctor said that her mother could die soon.
Marie and Pauline, you are my 2 eldest daughters. I'm very sick, and I'm sorry that I will be unable to take care of your baby sister. Please take care of Therese.
At 4.5 years old, Therese saw her mother pass away. She felt a part of her died too. Therese was broken inside. She cried easily or frowned if anyone looked at her. She only smiled, laughed, and told stories with her family. 3 months after, Therese's father sold their business. They moved to a bigger house in Lisieux, France. Their new home was near the house of her mother's brother, Isidore. Pauline was kind and took care of Therese, looking after what she ate, wore, and helped her to study. Therese grew close to Pauline and to Celine, who was only 4 years older than her. She also loved playing with her cousin, Marie. Therese was happy when she was with her family, and sometimes sad in school, especially when a classmate would get mad at her. With Therese used to her family loving her and doting after her, she felt very sad when a classmate would get mad at her, or when people would stare at her. When Therese was 9, Pauline left them to become a nun at the Carmelite convent. Therese cried, just as she did when her mother died. A few years later, her eldest sister, Marie, entered the same convent. Later, Leonie had joined a different convent too. Hence, all Therese's sisters left her, except Celine. One Christmas Eve, Leonie was able to go home and join Therese, Celine, and their father for the Christmas Eve Mass. Her loving, patient, and kind father felt rather tired from staying up late at night, from listening to his weepy daughter about her complaints and sadness.
Leonie, you should have come home sooner. It's been 5 years since Pauline left us to join that convent. I miss her so much. No offense, Celine. I mean, I love you, but it's just not the same.
And no offense taken, Therese. I'm sure our sister Pauline misses you too. She wouldn't write and send you letters, Therese, if she did.
How I wanted to join her at the Carmelite convent, but they wouldn't let me. It's so unfair.
No, Therese. The convent sisters didn't accept you, not because they didn't like you. You were just too young then.
So what if I were too young? Sheesh, you don't understand. And this vacation, it's too short.
Well, let's enjoy this Christmas break then. I'm so happy to have my 3 daughters here with me.
Ah, finally we're home. Faster, everyone! Can't you see I'm freezing to death?
When they got home, Therese and Celine climbed the stairs and overheard their father talk to Leonie.
Really? All this is now too babyish for a big girl like Therese.
She is 14 years old. I hope this is the last year we'll hear her complaining about so many things.
Papa, this is so unlikely of you. You normally put up with Therese. You're usually patient and understanding with her.
I don't know, Leonie. I don't know.
Therese, don't go downstairs. Just yet. Wait a little. I know you. You would cry too much if you looked at gifts in front of Papa.
Therese was shocked and started to cry. Then, incredibly, something changed within Therese. She stopped crying. She stood straight and ran downstairs. She knelt by the fireplace and unwrapped her Christmas presents with great joy. All these years, she felt broken and could not fix herself. On Christmas Day, when Jesus was born, she felt that Jesus fixed her. Before, she only thought of herself when things didn't go her way. Now, she wanted to make others happy. Before, she was weepy. Now she smiled, thanking God for blessing her and all the people who loved her. Her family was amazed at how much she changed. Time passed by.
Papa, I really want to serve and love God as a nun.
God took care of this little flower, until this day. I will support you, with your dream, my little queen.
Oh, Papa?
Her family took care of her all these years, and now it was time for her to be planted in the convent where she would continue to grow. With her father's help, Therese entered the Carmelite convent at 15 years old. There, she lived simply, praying each day, loving and serving everyone, including some nuns who were sometimes mean to her. Therese passed away at the age of 24, after being sick for many years of tuberculosis, which is an infectious disease of the lungs. Years after her death, Charles and a 23-year-old seminarian, who was dying from advanced pulmonary tuberculosis, prayed to Therese for her to intercede to God to make him well. Afterward, the examining doctor who checked him said,
"The destroyed and ravaged lungs had been replaced by new lungs carrying out their normal functions."
Another woman, Maria Pellemans of Belgium, also suffered from tuberculosis, which had spread to her intestines. Her doctor and 2 other physicians confirmed this diagnosis. Maria Pellemans visited Therese's grave and prayed to Therese to intercede for her. The doctor who examined Maria after she came back from visiting Therese's grave said,
"I found Miss Pellemans, literally, transformed. This young woman, out of breath from the least movement, moves about without fatigue, she eats everything given to her, with a very good appetite. The abdomen presents no tender point, when formerly, the least pressure produced severe pain. All symptoms of tubercular ulceration of the intestine have disappeared."
These and 2 other miracles, attributed to the intercession of St. Therese, led to St. Therese being canonized or declared a saint by Pope Pius XI on May 17, 1925. Therese wrote a book about her life titled The Story of a Soul. She wrote about how she confidently lived each day as a child of God. Millions of people, all over the world, read her book and felt much joy in following her simple ways of loving God.
For me, what is important is not doing great deeds, but giving great love, even with the simplest act, word or glance. I love flowers, and I see myself as a little flower of Jesus, one among the many flowers in God's garden. May I give glory to him as I am.